The quest for power is a recurring narrative throughout human history, both inside and outside the pages of the Holy Scriptures. When we consider the character of Orochimaru, an enigmatic and ambiguous figure, we can draw intriguing parallels with the themes of unbridled ambition, the search for immortality, and the desire to dominate others. Orochimaru, in his incessant quest for power, often sacrifices his own humanity in exchange for forbidden skills and knowledge. His insatiable thirst for dominance leads him to delve into dark territories where the line between good and evil becomes blurred. This journey is a vivid reminder of the temptations we face in our own lives, where we are faced with choices that can lead us down dark and dangerous paths. The quest for power is often driven by pride and arrogance, two characteristics that the Bible warns are preludes to the fall. Proverbs 16 verse 18 offers us timeless wisdom when it states, "Pride goes before destruction, and an arrogant spirit before a fall." Orochimaru, with his insatiable thirst for power, is a vivid example of this truth. His arrogance blinds him to the consequences of his actions, leading him further and further away from humanity and toward an abyss of darkness and despair. His unbridled quest for power turns him into a being increasingly removed from redemption, as he sacrifices not only his own humanity, but also any chance of reconciliation with those around him. Orochimaru's pride prevents him from recognizing his own vulnerability and limitations. He places himself above everything and everyone, fueling his ambition in an excessive and dishonest way. This destructive path leads him to deeper and deeper falls, moving him further and further away from any hope of redemption or salvation. However, Orochimaru's story is not just a cautionary tale, but also an opportunity for personal reflection. We all face temptations to seek power and status, often at the expense of others and even our own integrity. Orochimaru's story invites us to examine our own hearts and confront the areas where pride and arrogance may be leading us down dangerous paths. Instead of following Orochimaru's example, we are called to cultivate humility and submission to God's will. By recognizing our own limitations and dependence on God, we find a path to true wisdom and power. Only when we let go of our pride and humble ourselves before God can we find true redemption and restoration, not only for ourselves but also for those around us. Reflecting on Orochimaru and his relentless quest for power confronts us with deep questions about our own motivations and life directions. It is an opportunity for us to look within ourselves and sincerely examine where our primary quest lies, whether it is for power for our own benefit at the expense of others, or whether we are seeking a higher source of wisdom and power that enables us to serve and love others. The quest for power can be a seductive trap. We are often tempted to seek success, fame, or wealth as measures of our own worth and importance. This quest for power can lead us to step over others, ignore their needs, and even harm them in our quest for personal advancement. It is a selfish and destructive path, which often leads to loneliness and dissatisfaction, even if we apparently achieve our goals. On the other hand, the search for wisdom and power that comes from God takes us down a different path. It is a path of humility and submission, where we recognize our dependence on God and seek to live in accordance with His principles and purposes. Instead of seeking power to exalt ourselves, we seek to be instruments in God's hands for the good of others. This type of power is not gained through manipulation or domination, but rather through love, compassion, and service to others. When we reflect on Orochimaru, we are challenged to make a choice: follow his example of unbridled pursuit of power, or seek a higher source of wisdom and power that comes from God. May we choose wisely, recognizing that true power lies in living a life of love, service, and humility, rather than seeking personal exaltation at all costs. May we seek not only our own well-being, but also the well-being of those around us, always seeking the glory of God in all things. Orochimaru's story reminds us that true power does not lie in domination over others, but rather in humility and submission to God's will. In James 4 verse 10 we are encouraged, "Humble yourselves before the Lord, and He will exalt you." May we learn from Orochimaru's lessons and choose the path of humility and true wisdom, finding our power in faith and surrender to God. If you like the content and want to help us continue, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment or suggestion about a book, film, series, anime that you want to see analyzed on the channel.